Social media gave everyone a voice. Wouldn't it be better if some people had laryngitis? It's the wisdom of Twitter. The most amazing tweets of the week. Twitter handles have been changed to protect the stupid. On Rock 107.
I Need Some Help says, if wings come from a bird, where do buffalo wings come from? Do buffaloes have wings that I'm unaware of? Someone please explain it to me. Costanza, marine biologist, asks, how can a shark give birth to an octopus if octopuses aren't real? Maybe onto something right. If lions and tigers are giant cats, are bears giant dogs?
The wisdom of Twitter.
Some of its parts 78 writes, did you know there are more people in China than there are in the whole world? Should have studied more. 01 asks, is the moon a planet or a star? WTF. Explain it to me. 96 writes, Sunday comes after Saturday? Weird.
The wisdom of Twitter.
These are the questions. 95 says, when did the world switch from black and white to color? I see a lot of black and white pics in history. When did it change? What good is science? 570 asks, how are tornadoes not extinct? And maybe not quite 23 writes, do you ever ask yourself if chicken and eggs are the same thing? Why do they taste different?
The wisdom of Twitter.
I'm Rock 107's Prospector, and I'm already sick of the 2:22:22 crowd. Yeah, the day's barely started, and I'm inundated with it's 2:22:22. Oh, it's all twos. It drives me bonkers that people get all excited about this. Oh, it's never happened before. So what? It's 2:22:22. Isn't it cool? No, it's not cool. It's not meaningful. It's not even real. Yeah, because it's not really 2:22:22. It's actually 2/22/2022. And I get that we abbreviate 2022-22. We've been doing it for years. We knock off the thousands and just think. And that's fine when you're writing a date. But if you want to get all moist about that date, having all the same numbers or being palindromic or being significant or cool, you cannot drop two significant digits. Just can't. And if you're wondering what a significant digit is, they're necessary to indicate the accuracy of value of numbers in measurements and calculations. They tell us what we can and can't ignore when making calculations or taking measurements. For example, if I offered you $2,000, the 2 in 2,000 is significant because it tells you exactly how many thousands, right? But so are the zeros because otherwise you wouldn't know it was thousands. You see what I'm saying? Well, let's say two people ran a race. One runner took 30.01 seconds, and the other runner took 30.02 seconds. Who would win the race? Well, obviously, runner won because he took less time. All those numbers in this case are significant because we need them all to tell us exactly who won the race. So you see why I'm getting all bent out of shape about this? These digits are important, and you jackholes are just ignoring them to get all gaga about 2:22:22. Oh, some are calling it lucky. 222 is a lucky number. It's the angel number. Are you kidding me? Get lucid, man. There are no lucky numbers. But even if there were, they certainly would require the actual number and not some half-assed, drop-to-significance, bastardized version of a lucky number. And I know this stuff shouldn't bother me like it does. It shouldn't get my Irish up, but it does. It's crap like this. People going off about 2:22:22, but ignoring 2,000 that are going to give me a heart attack. Now look. Go on living your life your way. Don't let me dissuade you just because I'm right and you're wrong. Go nuts on 2:22:22 because it's fun. But know this. If I ever have to pay one of you 2:22:22 lovers anything, I'm going to drop tons of significant digits just so I can save some money. Hey, if you can ignore them when it suits you, then so can I.
Life ain't easy, especially if you're like Prospector.
Why is he such a jerk to everybody?
He struggles in his day-to-day encounters and often ends up asking himself, am I a jerk? On Rock 107.
I went out to lunch last week. A buddy of mine, we've known each other forever, since like before puberty. Now we ordered drinks and we perused the menus. Our drink comes. My buddy and I had ordered the same beer. Now I take a sip and I notice I just sipped from a glass with a San Francisco 49er logo on it. I am a Los Angeles Rams fan and have been all my life. I can't have that. My buddy's on the phone with his wife. He's not paying attention. I see his glass has no football team on it, just a brewery logo. I swap the glasses, and I drink that beer. Am I a jerk? What do you think? Mike says, just like in life, it's what's on the inside. Yeah, you jerk. Kevin says, no, it's funny, especially if he didn't notice. You're a genius, my friend. What do you think? Am I a jerk, Rock 107?
How would you feel if your buddy did that to you?
Honestly, no problem at all.
Really?
Yeah, I'd probably laugh.
And then what if he had a cold?
If he was sick and knew it, I'd be upset. But if he didn't know it, it's the luck of the draw. Look, with COVID, I know it, but we're taking our chances here anyway, right? He and I, even being out to lunch in close proximity, we better know that we're not sick.
Well, I just figured you should have changed it before you took a sip.
But I didn't notice it until as I was sipping, and I'm like, oh, it's got a Niners logo on it because I was on the other side of the glass,
So what, would it be poison if it was?
No, it's not poison. I just don't even want to lift a glass with that logo on it. I mean, I get that that's stupid, but that's me.
Hey, you did it and it's over with. Oh, well.
Am I a jerk or not? What your call?
Nah.
All right, you don't think I'm a jerk? That makes me feel better. Al says, tell the waitress to bring you another glass. I don't want your cooties just because we're lifelong friends. Don't mean we got to share spit, so you're a jerk. Donnie, I'm pretty sure I did the same thing to my wife with the Patriots glass. I'd say you're not a jerk unless you're sick. What do you think? Am I a jerk?
I don't think you're a jerk. Maybe a little anal retentive, because you could put my beer in a urine test container and I drink it. So, you know what I mean? It's beer.
My hatred for the 49ers runs that deep, my man.
I understand that. I'm a Dolphins fan, and I hate the Bills and the Patriots, so,
But you would drink out of the Bills or Patriots mug?
If they gave me my beer in it, yes, I would have to.
You would have to drink it. Tim says, you're not a jerk, but your team loyalty is somewhat extreme. Chris says, yeah, total jerk. Who cares what team you like? Drink your damn beer. Am I a jerk?
You did take a drink out of it?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, now let me ask you this. When you were growing up, you said you known him for a long time. Did you ever drink out of a bottle before together?
Absolutely, we've shared bottles before.
Well, then there's nothing wrong with it. As long as you don't know you have any kind of disease, I don't see any problem there.
I don't know of any disease I have. And the question today of, am I a jerk for swapping glasses with my friend after I took one sip of beer because it had a 49er logo on the glass I was drinking from? The answer is slightly, no, I am not a jerk.
Breaking the news that's already broken. It's time for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
The trailer for Adam Sandler's next Netflix movie is out, so if you're in the mood for some huge laughs, skip Adam Sandler's next Netflix movie. Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson named his baby, who was born right after the Super Bowl, Champ. So by that logic, if the Bengals had won, would we be talking about his son, Loser Jefferson? Vladimir Putin wants Ukraine to return to Russia, even though they split up decades ago. Putin got the idea by seeing how happy J-Lo and Ben Affleck are.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in Monday for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107. Tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
A dog was reunited with her family in California this month after being missing for 12 years. Her name is Zoe. She's 13 now, and she'd been dropped on a rural property by someone. Somebody saw her there, picked her up, and took her to a vet, and they scanned her microchip and discovered she'd been reported missing in 2010, about 60 miles away, and they returned her to her family.
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
Thanks for listening to Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app, a free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.